if they stop by, I'm all for it. But
Did anybody see that?
If we're live, then you should deafen.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to TCL Season 2, Day 2. Tonight we have Control Words versus Team Coin Flip, and you will have myself and Spirit of Fate as casters, and Bovie
Good to see you, folks.
running the stream. How are you doing tonight, Spirit?
Fantastic. I'm actually super pumped for this match. I'll be honest. I have a little bit of bias here. Lemon or Lemonilla is my younger brother, so I'm very excited to see him put Abart in the ground and start the season off on a good note. But I will be very unbiased once the game starts. Promise.
Yeah, those are some bold words. I'm excited about this matchup as well. As Abarn mentioned in his announcement earlier, these are the two mid laner team captains from last season that were in the finals. So it'll be interesting to see if Control can get his revenge against Abarn for last season.
Mm-hmm.
Notably, we also have 3 players on Abarn's team from that same team as last season. Last season, Hippogriff, Abarn, and Bromanzilla, who was at the time
Dubandingo.
Yeah, we're all on that TCL Season 1 winners team. So we'll see if they can pull their strength together from last time and bring it back. But yeah, I think we've got an exciting matchup here. I don't think
no, absolutely.
I don't think
so.
these
Do you
teams
have
have
any
played each other yet, but I know Control's team went 2-1, Abarn's team went 1-2 in the Swiss tournament. So purely in terms of the rankings, Control's team has the edge, but we'll be getting into champ select here.
No, definitely, yeah.
I'm expecting from Control's team probably a Rise ban, an Evia ban. That's to be expected. For Abarn's team, I'm expecting LeBlanc, maybe
Soraka ban.
Yeah. You got any insights maybe into what Control's team might be banning?
So I think that I'm not positive what Control's team will be looking to ban. I know that Abarn's team tends to rise and fall, though, on the late game strength of Abarn as well as the success of their top and jungle. So I would expect to see a lot of bans thrown Abarn's way just to make sure that he is not put on a champion that he's comfortable with. I would very much expect to see a Rise ban come out as the third ban coming up here.
Yeah, for
Anivia
sure.
and Yone are both also champions that he excels at, and they're going to be looking to try to put him on uncomfortable choices.
Yeah, for sure. The Yone ban probably directed at both Hippogriff and Abarn. I don't know if Abarn would be wanting Hippogriff to play the Yone in the top lane, but could be directed at both of them. Not surprised to see.
Interesting.
Yeah, the Morgana ban's interesting. Looks like they may be just giving Abarn the Rise. I don't know if Control thinks that he'll pick something that's going to play well into it. Not surprised to see Fiddlesticks Kaisa bans. Those are pretty.
Sword's been Box is very strong Kaisa. Swordmaster's been playing a lot of Fiddle. The interesting thing though is that Soraka is still up, which is Lemon's favorite champion. They left the Shen up for Chuck, and this is my general read on the two teams. But if there's a soft interesting.
I'm not too surprised by that. Last season, Bromanzilla spent a good 6 of, or I don't know.
He spent a lot of games.
Yeah, I don't know exactly how many he played, but he played a lot of games on the Sorakas last season. So I'm not surprised to see them take that. I'm also not surprised to see the Shen pick from Chuck, because Hippogriff also played a lot of Shen last season. So Tristana for Spurgy coming out.
That's an interesting choice for bot lane though, because generally speaking, when Bromanzilla would play Soraka, it wasn't a very aggressive Soraka. He would be very safe. He'd try to stay back, keep his AD carry protected through the laning phase. Tristana, though, at least from what we've seen, has been an AD carry that you generally play to try to get that early edge, take advantage of her early level 2 engages. It's just a little unorthodox to see that setup. You'd think that if you're going to go Soraka, you would go for a bit more of a safer scaling AD carry, but I guess Tristana can sort of.
Yeah, I mean, Tristana scales pretty well, and I think they're also partly just picking for comfort here. Soraka is very comfortable for Bromanzilla. I don't know Spurgy quite as well. I don't know how comfortable he is on the Tristana. We've got the Lulu for Lemon.
Interesting.
Jin Lulu. I don't know a lot about that.
Can I chime in on this? I don't
think that's a particularly strong bot lane, though.
So Lemonilla has a very defensive style of play. I think I've said it to you multiple times. He has a very do no harm
Oh,
approach to laning.
we've got the Darius in the top lane. Sorry, that gets me
Yeah,
excited. Go ahead.
no, but Lulu Jin especially is not the most optimal setup because Lulu you
Mhm.
generally want an AD carry that'll attack fast, get a lot of advantage out of your picks that you apply with your shield. Um, or somebody, and Jin also wants somebody with range who can set up his long range snares with W. I don't know that this makes as much sense.
Yeah, I mean,
And also Lulu into Soraka, unless you're very aggressive, Soraka will just heal whatever residual poke you put down. I don't really think this is,
well,
at least for laning
here's the
phase,
thing.
it's not that strong.
Here's the thing. Yeah, right. It's not too strong for laning phase. Lemon also had his probably what he wanted prior to his picked from him, and they banned the Morgana, which I believe Lemon plays some of. But regardless, you got to keep in mind that it's not just about box on Jin. It's also about control in the mid laners. He could pull out something like a Cassiopeia or I don't know if he plays Azir. I think he's played some Azir, but he could pull
Oh
out some
yeah, yeah.
champions that are going to function and be just as much of that big scary carry type champion in the mid lane that Lulu could be supporting. So we don't know if potentially it's for control in part or not. Not surprised to
Okay, and
see
there's the Rise
Rise ban
band there.
finally.
There's
Saw some
the
more jungle bans on Swordmaster. That's to be expected.
So this is the only danger I see. We played against Team Control Wards in the Swiss,
Mhm.
and I watched some of their games after that. Lemon was kind enough to share them, and without a doubt, they're at their strongest and their most comfortable when Swordmaster is on a hard engage that allows them to get picks on whenever they feel like it and really just dive onto that and take advantage of enemy misplays.
Right.
I think that losing the Fiddlesticks, the Zac, the Kane, it limits his ability to be that shot calling initiator, which
Yeah, I mean, I
I
wouldn't
don't
be
know what the
surprised.
replacement is for that.
Oh, okay. Evelyn,
Okay,
yeah,
well there's a replacement.
he has been putting a little bit of time on Evelyn. I didn't know that he was necessarily planning on playing that here, but I do know he's played it a little bit. And on the side of Team Coin Flip, we've got Caridian on the Jarvan, which I'm sure comes as a surprise to nobody, as Avarn
I think that
loves.
Abarn has put Caridian on the chart.
Yes, Avarn loves to have Jarvan as his jungler. So
Okay. And
that's an interesting pick as
here's
well.
the
Oh
wait.
no,
Oh,
that's
I was excited there for a second for the Ari because I think it complements that sort of pick play style. But
yeah, that's another expected one though. I mean, Control's been
mhm,
playing a lot of Kiana recently. Definitely has been wanting to
whip it out.
play that
Yeah.
for this TCL. Now we've got mid lane left for Avarn. Corki would
Okay.
be interesting pick. I don't know.
Well, it fits with the whole scale hyperscalers. He lost to Nivea and Rise, so it was probably going to be a Zir Corki or something similar to that.
Right. So yeah, not
Hmm.
too surprising for Avarn. I mean, probably in his remaining top 2 or 3 picks left, but from
Yeah.
overall, I'd say in terms of comps, I'm liking probably Avarn's team's comp a little bit better. I think
Yeah.
Control's team has kind of some assassins, um, looking to pick the back line, whereas I mean Abraham's team is going to cover that well with Jarvan peeling and Darius will turn on assassins. Of
Yeah,
course, you got
there's not as
Soraka.
much of a front line for team control wards. And the other thing that I've noticed here, and this is just my gut impression, we'll see how it plays out in game, but AI Box and Lemon, very safe bot laners.
Mhm.
Control, very adept, very safe. Chuck is probably the squishiest part of the map to aggress on for control wards. Hippogriff loves to play these highly offensive picks like Darius, like
Mhm.
Fiora,
Yes, for
and
sure.
Jarvan puts him in a great position to go hard on Shen early.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
if Team Coin Flip is able to get Darius Hippogriff off to an early start, then there's not. It's going to put the Team Control Wards in a bit of a bind because I don't think that they outscale this unless Evelyn starts popping off elsewhere on the map.
Yeah, I mean they're not going to outskill unless they can find the picks and find Soraka or one of the carries out in the later stages of the game. And to kind of piggyback on the point you made about Chuck in the top lane, Jarvan Darius would destroy Evelyn Shen in that 2v2 as long as Jarvan lands his combo on one of them. Then Evelyn Shen absolutely does not win that 2v2. So Shen
will likely be left on an island to die.
Yeah, he's got to have to be careful up there, and I wonder a little bit if that's part of their strategy on Abarn's team, because with the Corki package, we may see Corki up top as well. Maybe see some 3-man top lane plays. Maybe play for that Rift Herald on the top side. On the flip side, though, they have a lot of pressure on Control's team in terms of Control is playing a champion that's very good at roaming. Kiana's excellent at coming down to the bot lane. You push them into the wall. She moves well with her W, and Shen, of course, has his global pressure with his ultimate. So we may also, on the flip side, see Control's team, I would think, playing a lot towards the bot side of the map, get that Jhin strong, help Control get some pressure on some kills and get him ahead that way, and probably play for Dragon. So could be interesting to see if both these teams are playing for opposite sides of the map, if they just get what they want on both sides.
It's gonna. This is such an interesting one to try to call, because on Control Ward's side, it's going to depend on Chuck bearing that pressure without feeding or leaving a giant deficit. The risk isn't so much that Shen won't be valuable. Shen is always useful eventually. Right. The problem is that if Darius gets too large, then there's not going to be anyone to match him, because Evelyn can't really go to fight a Darius, especially if he gets ahead.
Yeah, for sure.
Kiana can't really match him.
No, Kiana can't match him. I can tell you, as a Darius player, unless Evelyn or Kiana are just absolutely huge, if you're strong on the Darius, you will be able to 1v1 any of those champs on their team. Yeah. The only way they would beat you is probably sending Jhin and Lulu if they're strong.
Well, and especially with the Soraka ult to potentially protect you also.
That's true. But yeah, Lulu destroys Darius in a small skirmish. You just polymorph him and he dies. But,
so actually... The more we talk about this, the more I feel like Control Wards has the harder path to victory here. At least if they can be even going into mid game, they've got a solid chance. But I would much rather be Team Coin Flip with these setups or these team comps.
Yeah, for sure. But we'll be getting into the game here pretty soon. I'm pretty excited to see. We got a summer spells available now that we can see. Hippogriff in the top lane has elected to go for that Ghost Flash. Yeah, and Abarn on the other side has the TP, so we may actually just see a 4-1 with Abarn and Chuck in the side lane as opposed to Darius and Shen. But like we were saying in the pregame, taking the Ghost and Darius only lends to this pressure topside, pressure the Shen, win through topside kind of gameplay. The Darius with the Ghost is going to be a lot scarier than without.
That said, this is putting a lot of pressure on Hippogriff to actually take advantage of these leads. If he falls behind, or if he's only going even, it's an enormous waste.
Yeah, absolutely. No, Hippogriff definitely, if this is their game plan, and if their game plan is to play through that top lane, Hippogriff is definitely bearing the weight of this game on his shoulders in order to carry. We're just seeing a pretty standard 5-point here, no invades, multiple...
Love the dance party down bot.
Yeah, they're just standing nice and close, just kind of looking.
I should have checked what that Soraka skin is, because that's a gorgeous skin.
I don't know, but
minions have spawned.
I'm not sure. Looks like
nothing too bold here in terms as starts go.
Yeah, it's a little interesting. Neither jungler has decided to put a ward in that pixel brush. Looks like they'll both be starting bot side with their bot lanes, which. Yeah, I'm not sure why no one's putting any vision down yet. I can't say I necessarily agree.
Questionable.
Yeah, we'll see. But however, this does, if they're both starting bot side, I can only assume that they will both path fairly normally up toward top side. So which I wonder if we will actually see that level 3 2v2 in the top side. Depending
the other
on
thing that
Sword tends to clear a lot of his jungle before he ganks, so I wonder if Caridian will get there first, especially.
Well, it's probably especially important also for. Wait, interesting. I thought the whole point of taking Ghost on Darius, and you're the Darius player here, but I thought that the point of taking Ghost is you took W early to sort of take advantage of that speed and just run them down. Taking Q level 1. Wait, Bromanzilla, what the hell?
He's taking a lot of poke there. So for the
That's
Darius
not-
matchup,
Oh,
that's a
Lemon, you
little
should know
more solo queue type thing. You'll see Darius's start W and then just ghost right away and try and run them down level 1. That'd be ambitious, and maybe Chuck would just start E and E away. I don't know for sure. I think it's the right. I don't know that I would say starting Q is the right call, but I would say not just trying to run them down level 1 is the right call.
Yeah,
Because then you don't have the ghost for the follow-up gank anyways.
I guess my thought is that as soon as you reveal though that you have the Q, I feel like a lot of the threat goes away for the Shen.
A little bit, yeah. I mean, at least in the level 1, but you still have to be afraid of it, because if you let him get a couple stacks, he can still just ghost and run you down. Hippogriff actually taking a pretty good trade here, hitting level 3 on Chuck, and he's got the wave pushed in. See, Caridian is waiting kind of towards mid lane. Looks like they're going to be playing for the Scuttle, and Hippogriff definitely has the advantage here. He's got a big lead. Caridian appears to be waiting for Swordmaster. I think Swordmaster's making the right call here. Sees that Hippogriff is shoved in top lane, sees that Chuck cannot leave, and has a massive wave there, and they're just going to give the Scuttle. Swordmaster's going to run for the bot side Scuttle. Looks like Caridian probably just let him make that play.
Yeah. So just looking at this, it's interesting because that was a huge wave top. I feel as though if Avarn's team was being a little bit more aggressive there, they could have possibly dived it. I know that diving a Shen is incredibly risky, but
yeah, I mean, I would probably go against that. I would say what they should have done is make the aggressive play for that Scuttle, and then try and run straight down and meet that other Scuttle. Caridian is of course standing on the ward there, and is not aware that he has been seen. Oh, okay. He's going to be seen going in. Yeah, he's going to be seen going to their jungle. He's going for their Raptors. Swordmaster's going to come meet him. Control's going to come down to roam as well. Avarn's kind of trying to zone Control away. Avarn's taking an interesting path here. Takes a big chunk.
Yeah, that was a good way to take some harass.
Yeah, Caridian sees it coming, just EQs out, and nothing comes of that.
Let's see how we're doing top lane. Hippogriff is predictably a little bit ahead in levels just because he has the hard push, but not actually that far ahead in farm.
Yeah, notably the only real big farm difference is actually in the mid lane, which, in the same time, I mean, you can only expect that. Like melee versus ranged matchup, it's going to be hard for Control to take farm early without taking some poke, so he's electing to not be too low and just be down a little bit in farm, but it's still fairly even across the board.
I'm also going to raise a bit of a bone with one of the decisions that Lemon's made.
If you're going to take,
yes, if you're going to take Summon Ari, you probably you probably want to be harassing a lot more and trying to be way more aggressive. Otherwise, it's probably better just to go Guardian.
I see, yeah. Caridian has showed up here on the bot lane. I don't think, if he pathed correctly through the back of that bush, he shouldn't have been seen by any wards yet. However, if he does take a step up anytime soon, he's going to come in.
Oh, that was premature. That was premature.
Caridian lands the EQ. Box is forced to flash out. Looks like there will not be any kills here. Flash and exhaust burn from the side of Lemon and Box, and despite that, they're still, like, Bromanzilla's pretty low. Spurgy's about half because he jumped in like that. Like, despite the gank, they're not feeling too threatened. Chuck Hippogriff is going in for an engager. He hits 6. Chuck has already been forced to flash away. Hippogriff is rather than flashing after him and running him down, he's going to just take the flash for the ghost trade. And it's a good thing he did too, because Swordmaster was waiting there in the wings. Control also is taking a lot of damage from Avarn here. He's pretty low. I'm gonna be and he's gonna base. Avarn's also and Swordmaster is in the area. Control, of course, is gonna base right now. Swordmaster appears to just be taking that topside Scuttle in the meantime. Shen has also TP'd back to base, which I don't know exactly how big his wave was up there. Yeah, maybe worth a TP. You have to be careful on Shen. If you TPing back for a wave and you need to ult somewhere, then you don't have TP to return to lane, and you could fall behind that way. But seems like.
That said, I'm looking at this the CS matchup top. This doesn't seem to be the heavy lead that Darius really was looking to pick up.
Yeah, I mean, Hippogriff is just kind of rinse and repeat shoving right now, which is fine if you're going to play towards topside, but Caridian's been really on the bot side of the map more. He tried an early engage in the early invade in the jungle. He gave up he's already had the topside Scuttle taken from him, so despite Hippogriff having shoved these lanes in repeatedly.
Oh no, you can't walk up there now that you've already shown your flash. Or, sorry,
yeah,
your dash.
he won't kill him there. He'll just take a trade, and Hippogriff is actually taking a lot of minion damage here. Control's actually coming up with the roam. Hippogriff does still have flash. I don't think he'll be killed here. He's actually pretty far away as well. Oh, Control's going for the flash. Hippogriff is just going to flash right out. So flash is trade. Oh, we've got the TP coming in from the A-Barn.
Oh no!
Shen misses the taunt. Control jumps back in. He's currently invisible. Oh, Hippogriff misses the E, but Control has no flash. Shen is ulting him, but I think they're still going to be able to finish him off here. Chuck is still not going to have his taunt. A-Barn flashes in, follows up with the W, and is going to be able to get the first blood on Kiana.
Oh, nice. It's going to be a trade-off.
He's going to be able to walk away without the ignite, killing him.
Oh, A-Barn slips out.
Yeah, A-Barn barely makes that alive. Hippogriff does not kill Shen with the ult. Oh, Bromanzilla takes the E attack. Oh no, okay, Purdium secures the dragon. Swordmaster tries to ult in to get after Bromanzilla.
I don't agree with that.
Need to flash in somewhere at that point as well. His flash is down. That overall, that's incredibly those are a couple of dangerous plays. Yeah, those were some dangerous plays, and Averron's team has come out very ahead there with both getting that first blood in the top lane and getting the first dragon.
And first blood, I believe, went to A-Barn, which is exactly where you want it.
Absolutely. Averron does currently have the package up. I don't know if he's gonna look to go anywhere with it. I mean, there's not really a current place for him to take it. Bot lane spacing. Shen's gonna be pushed up. Second Darius shows up. He's just gonna leave though. As is, the way this was already going for Control, he was already getting poked out a little bit. He's fallen behind in farm from that roam as well. He's gonna get a little bit back here, but overall, this is only going to get worse for Control unless Swordmaster can come in and help him out there. Now, hopefully, I hope Hippogriff turns this into a freeze here because he's got such a lead on the Shen right now in terms of his strength, and he's got the Ghost. He needs to hold the wave and keep the Shen from just farming at her tower because that's what he was letting Chuck do in the first part. He's just letting him farm at her tower, and he didn't actually get a lead with this early advantage. Now, like I was saying, we do have Swordmaster showing up in the mid lane. Jarvan is also there. Got a ward.
Wait, is Jarvan? No, he's same level. Okay.
No, they're both level 6. They're both notably very far behind in levels from A-Barn. A-Barn's looking very strong this game. Nothing's going to come of that. I don't think Swordmaster's even been seen through all of that. He's just going to be roaming toward. Actually, back in the mid lane. He's circling back around. He's trying to charm A-Barn. He's going to miss the first one. Still gets a charm, gets rooted, and they're able to finish him off. That's a very good gank from Swordmaster. Very well played from him. A-Barn, yeah, very patient. A-Barn feels safe on that side because Jarvan just showed, and so he hides on that side a little bit, but Swordmaster was able to loop around in front of him without being seen, and then able to come behind and finish off the kill.
Caridian's going for the opposite. Oh, that was an early pull.
That's a good... Oh, man.
Oh, that was a bait. Good shit.
That's a very good E from Chuck to get out of that gank right there. He probably knew Caridian was coming, although he's sticking around. Caridian cleared the ward, but Chuck is stuck around, and he shouldn't have his taunt back up just yet. We have another kill in the bot lane. Caridian's going to land the EQ, and Chuck is just going to be dead here. You cannot stick around like that. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, we've had the 4-man roam into the bot lane, and they have killed both the bot laners. Not sure exactly what happened there, but yeah, you cannot.
Yeah, it looks like Evelyn got the setup, and then as they tried to retreat into the river, they got picked off by Control.
Yeah, Chuck, you can't do that. You can't escape the gank and then just come right back, because you gotta know that jungler is coming right back to kill you again, and that's exactly what happened.
And the other part of it is, and this is something that I see in solo queue all the time, when you are getting something on the other side of the map, just back off. You're getting something for free. You don't need to be winning everywhere at all times.
Yeah, absolutely. They got a good play on the top side. They don't need to. Or excuse me, they got a good play on the bot side, and Chuck does not need to be trying to shove the wave. He just needs to let that happen because he knows his jungler's not on that side, and he knows the jungler on the other team is on that side, so he should know that play should work in the bot lane. But
wait, Bromanzilla still isn't 6?
Yeah,
there he is.
After the kill, looks like Spurgy has gotten a bit more XP in that lane, as Spurgy is currently 7, and he just hits 6 on Bromanzilla. So Hippogriff and Caridian did turn. Yeah, Hippogriff and Caridian.
Normally, you see that with roaming supports.
Yeah,
That's
yeah. I'm not
Soraka's.
sure. I'm not sure if Bromenzilla had a base at some point. We missed it or what. But Hippogriff and Crittian did turn that play in the top side into a Herald. We'll have to see where Crittian decides to take it. I would think that
Hippogriff
they
is
should.
actually the highest level in the game at this point.
Oh yeah, Hippogriff, between getting that kill and getting a bit of a CS lead, I mean, Chuck came back. Hippogriff was freezing a little bit in the top lane, and when Chuck came back, he had a wave that had built up a little bit, and he, I assume, was trying to crash the wave into the
Oh,
turret.
Evelyn's coming bot there. This is
Yeah,
smart. what Lemon's doing.
Bromenzilla does not see him. He's currently being he gets the charm. Swordmaster is gonna get the Lulu ult. Bromenzilla uses the ult. It's not gonna save him. Swordmaster's exhausted. We got the Jin ult coming out. Spriggy's gonna flash out, but Lemonilla is actually gonna finish him off. He might die to the tower shot. Control finds Caridian in the side. Ooh, I think the Ignite killed him there, not the Jin, but Lemonilla did die to that tower shot. Looks like Hippogriff gets it.
Control.
Oh no, Hippogriff!
Oh, he's gonna die!
Oh no, Hippogriff gets a little too aggressive for that kill. Really wants the really
they're
wants
getting
the kill on
Dragon
Chuck
bot,
there,
too.
but is gonna end up taking a few too many tower shots for that. A little too aggressive from Hippogriff there. Good play though from Swordmaster on the side of Control Wards. They went ahead and found Bromenzilla out. They knew that some summoners were still down from the last time around. Abarn is currently getting ganked by Swordmaster. Swordmaster flashes in, gets the charm. Abarn flashes out, and Control's going to be able to W in and finish him off.
Yeah, now that
Wow.
Kiana's 4-1, that's
Yeah,
not what
yeah.
you want.
Quite a turn of events in the past minute here. It's fairly even. Abarn's team appeared to be making the plays. They were doing some plays through the top side, and they had gotten both the objectives.
Okay, he's gonna be fine.
Lulu's just gonna walk away. But no, Control does exactly what we were thinking he was going to be doing, and that's that he's been roaming. He roamed down to the bot side the first time, they got the 2 kills. He roamed down to the bot side the second time,
Wait,
found
what?
the Jarvan in the jungle.
Who has zombie ward for? Is that the Soraka?
Ooh, another
Okay, well-
kill in the top lane from Hippogriff. Looks like, I mean, from that standpoint, let's just look like Chuck's a little too close. Like Hippogriff's finished his first mythic item. Chuck's sitting on boots and a Bambi Cinder. He's never going to be able to even think about trading with a Darius right now. So it looks like he just got a little too close. Looks like Darius also used the ghost to get that kill. So well played from Hippogriff. Wants to redeem himself for that underpower.
I want to call out something that Lemon did in the last gank before we get too far removed up from it. He used his ultimate on the Evelyn. Oh, wait, and crap, I'm not even getting the opportunity because Corky's heading bot.
Yeah, Corky is heading bot. He does have a package. He's gonna package
It is
in.
questionable. What?
Yeah, that package doesn't really hit anything. Caridian's going to be dropping the Herald here, but Control and Swordmaster are both here to respond to this Herald. The Herald is not going to die before it gets the charge off. Swordmaster's charging up the charm on Spurgy. Spurgy's going to get charmed. Jin's opening up with the ulti. Control gets a strong ulti with both carries into the wall. Jin lands another shot on Bromenzilla. They're going to be running him down here. Caridian EQ's out. Exhaust is out onto Caridian. Control flashes in. They're going to be able to finish off Bromenzilla. Caridian ults back in. Ooh, well played from Caridian. Very well played from Caridian. That's an excellent return play from Caridian to trap them both into the tower and then jump out. Still going to be very much in the favor of Control's team there, but Caridian makes an excellent play to get a couple things back to them. Looks like he's maybe looking. Caridian has to be careful here. If they finish this tower, they can actually just run him down and kill him. Caridian, you gotta get out. Caridian, you gotta be careful. Yeah, Box jumps in and just kills him.
They're
Caridian
teleporting
cannot stick around
behind,
that
but
long.
I don't know that Abarn wants this either.
Yeah, Abarn maybe can stall long enough. I mean, Spurgy's coming, but Control's team does need to get out here, but I don't think they're having trouble. Control looks like he might have wanted it for a second there. He just tops the wall over, but no. Notably, there's no response in any way from Shen or Darius there.
This is risky business.
Yeah, Bromenzilla's just come in a little. I mean, he had to have thought they left at that point. Shen is actually ulted in here. Abarn should be fine. He's just gonna hit the blast spoon.
Yeah, the Shen ult was kind of unnecessary.
Yeah, I mean, I can only assume that Bromenzilla had thought they backed off after that point, but they'll be sticking around here to get this mid tower. Got Caridian and Spurgy coming in. Chuck's gonna E away. Nothing else should come of this play, but I said that last time, and there's still fighting going on. So overall, in the end,
there's too much fighting for me to give proper callouts here, but I do want to call out because Lemon did the exact same thing in this last fight. It didn't work as well this time, but I like when Lulus do this. Late game, you save your ult for your AD carrier, whoever's fed, or whoever's about to die. In early game ganks, it's incredibly effective to throw your ult onto your jungler or whoever's closest, because not only do you get the knockup, but one of the less familiar parts about it is that zone around also slows. So if you have somebody who's actually like close to the people running away, then they can stall their retreat even longer, which when you have somebody like Jhin who can clean up so effectively, that's very, very powerful.
Oh, Critting goes for the engage on Swordmaster. Doesn't quite finish him. He did have the support there, but Lightning was coming up. Looks like they're going to be playing for this Herald here.
Oh no!
Not much vision is on the side. Sword is actually going to be seen out by Spurgy. Critting goes in with the EQ for the engage. Swordmaster is forced to ult out. Hippogriff has already used the Ghost and is running out and takes a big chunk of damage before he can run away. It's like nothing's going to be used aside from some maybe an ultimate cooldown from Swordmaster here. That may be enough for them to be able to get this Rift Herald though. Looks like they're already going to be continuing to go for it.
I don't think so,
vision.
actually.
There's not much vision in the side of Control. They're going in a little bit blind here, but Sword has the charm, does not land it on the A-Barn.
Oh, damn.
They're coming in. So, Critting goes in. Critting gets the excellent ulti. A good flash pull from Hippogriff. Lemon gets the ult knock up. Hippogriff is now 5 stacks. Oh no, he's gonna die. Oh, Control has just finished them all off. Spurgy gets finished off by the Control Q, and Jhin
if that
is now
Soraka
ulting
gets out,
Romanzilla.
that's...
Oh, Romanzilla's... yeah, no, Romanzilla's just going to get run down for Control here. That is an excellent play from the side of Control Wards, where
I'd say the only good...
It looked solid initially from Caridian to get that, I think,
and they got the
ulti.
Rift.
Oh yeah, they got the Rift
No.
too. It looked good initially from Control, from Caridian there to get that 4-man ulti, and then Hippogriff followed up with a flash and pulled all of them, but they just didn't quite have the damage to finish anyone off. Hippogriff did manage to get to his 5 stacks, but he didn't quite get resetting yet, and he was killed. The Kiana damage just finished him too much. I did not see if Kiana ulted around the Jarvan wall. I wonder if that might be part of what hurt that play so badly. But yeah, that's an excellent response from Control Words. That Abrams team did not quite have the damage to make that play happen. They didn't quite have the follow-up, and they just turned the fight around.
Jhin, he's might... No, Shen's here. Shen's here to
getting
keep
ran. Oh, Jin's gonna die to the
got
Tristana, but they're gonna respond with the Shen. Oh man, that's an excellent knock-up there from Caridian. Chuck is gonna be getting run down by Hippogriff here. Control is here. Control is gonna be able to finish Hippogriff off in response, but overall that's gonna be very good for Abrams' team getting to 3 for 2. We'll see if they can turn this into a dragon. It's only Control and Lemon up left. They don't have a whole lot
Notably,
of
Control does have
damage.
ultimate still.
Control does have ultimate and is 9-1, so he's quite scary right now. However, if they aren't all hit by his ulti, they should be able to just finish him off. I think Abrams' team should go for the dragon here. They can pull it out so that they're not in the pit to be hit by Control's ultimate. I'm not sure what they're waiting for.
You say it's a 3v2, but that is a very small Soraka right now.
That is true. I mean, Soraka does have ulti. I'm not sure what they're waiting on though. They're kind of just hanging out, and it's giving time for Evelyn and
for
Jhin
the other team
to be
to
on
get
the
back.
way. Maybe they just didn't quite have the vision, and they're afraid of Kiana. I mean, I think that is fair, but I'm not sure why they.
What? Oh, Caridian, that's a horrible play.
Yeah, Caridian's going in for the engage. Chuck comes in with the TP. Caridian should not going to have the EQ out. Oh, that's an excellent ult from Control there. Caridian does manage to get the EQ out. They're going to be chasing him down here. Hippogriff has showed up. Control is still chasing. Oh, that's a big chunk of damage on Avarn. I don't think that Jhin. Yeah, that Jhin ult's not going to hit. They're just a little too far. So Avarn's team does get out with their lives, but Control's
Lemon's
going
to be talking to Swordmaster about how to use that Evelyn ult after this game.
Yeah, Lemon being the Evelyn main himself. But yeah, they'll turn this into a dragon. So Control's team now, I believe, has 2-1 dragons. It's going to be a mountain soul here. So not the scariest soul to be playing for. It'll still be quite a bit away. Control's team is now up about 3k before this last.
Is that
2
all?
minutes or so? Yeah, it's not a whole lot.
Wow.
I mean, before this last minute or two, it was even. And I mean, they've just gotten a lead in the last.
That is
little bit.
astonishing.
Now, if we could, can we pull up the gold
individual
differences?
gold accounts? Yeah, I'm curious where all the lead is. I assume most of it has to be with Darius.
Oh, Caridian's actually going in for the engage on Chuck. Chuck is Eat away. I don't think they're not going to keep looking for this. They may just look for the mid tower.
All right, so
here.
about 800 on Darius. Basically even in the jungle.
About 2k for 2k for control on in the mid lane. So basically, I mean, that
The only the only
Box-
lead really is with Darius, which is what we expected, but it's like that's not substantial enough to.
Yeah, Box actually has about 1300 on Spurgy as well. So
Well, Box is the quiet secondary carry here.
Yeah, no
5-1-10.
yeah, 15 KDA. Box is quite comfortable right now, and on top of that, I mean,
He has a
For-
Shen and
for
Lulu
Box,
to cover him.
yeah, there's that, and who's going to be jumping on him on the other team? I mean, the only way they can really get to him is if Caridian traps him, and then Hippogriff like stacks up and then like flash ults him or something. Like Box is going to be very, very comfortable this game. He doesn't feel very threatened, and with his team already having this early lead, Jin's only going to keep scaling harder. Got everyone here around Baron. Don't think anything's going to happen here. We've got Kiana and Corki in the bot lane. Kiana's actually going in on the Corki. He lands the ult, but he is under tower, so he's not going to go for that. Probably the right call.
I have to say, I really like how patient Swordmaster is on this Evelyn.
Yeah, I
I'm-
think Control's team in general has been pretty patient with their plays. They gave a little early. Actually, not gonna come up. Oh, he actually almost landed the charm. Caridian comes back in with the EQ. Shen ult is coming in on Swordmaster. Swordmaster ults out. Swordmaster ults out is going to deposit Shen in the back of the fight instead of the front. So
Are they going for Baron?
yeah, they
here,
look
or
like they
what's
might be going for the Baron. I think they're just moving as a team over to that side of the map, getting the blue buff. Perhaps Sword, of course, has to back out. He's very low, has to heal off the camps. Got a TP
So
coming in
notably,
from
Lulu
from
did
Corki.
not use.
Yeah, Lulu didn't use it. TP coming in from Corki. He's got the
They're
package.
going to
They
do like
look
a weird dive here.
Yeah, they're going to be using it to take the mid tower. Now, Sword is still half HP and does not have ulti. So, the package comes in from Abarn. He gets
Wait,
polymorphed
Abarn,
right
I
away.
don't know.
Oh,
Wait,
he's still
what
under
are
the
you
turret.
doing?
He'll be fine because of Soraka, but that was a very ambitious play. They're getting run down by Control. Control is going to root. Ooh, Control roots Caridian and gets the follow-up Q off, but Caridian flashes away and gets the Soraka ultimate. On the side of Abrams' team, I mean,
They're making the aggressive plays.
Well, Control's team is making good plays, and they're just not able to quite find them because the Soraka is just barely getting his team out at low HP amounts. I mean, that could only last for so long. I mean, Control, if he gets any bigger, is just going to be one-shotting everyone.
Well, and this is actually the part of the game, though, where the scaling starts to come into play. We talked about how, technically speaking, Team Coinflip should be outscaling Team Control Wards a little bit here, but there's one facet we didn't talk about because it was all a question of how effective it was going to be, the Evelyn pick. Evelyn scales monstrously well relative to Jarvan.
Yes, Evelyn does outscale Jarvan. I would say Jin definitely outscales Trist. Ooh, Swordmaster seems to want to look for Hippogriff up there. Yeah, Hippogriff wasn't showing, but he showed now. Swordmaster's coming back up. Hippogriff is playing very aggressively on Chuck, does not know Swordmaster is there. He has no idea. He hasn't been alerted
I feel
yet.
like the level of aggression, though, should probably...
Yeah,
be-
Swordmaster. I think Hippogriff felt there that Shen was being a little too close than he normally would be, and he probably got the sense that Evelyn might be in the area or someone might be in the area. It's good to him to back off there. It's a good sense.
Oh, wait.
Of,
Lemon
danger.
doesn't see the little ward there.
It looks like we'll have drag coming up real soon here. Actually, in the top lane, Shen is being chased down by the Darius. Darius lands the W. He's already 5 stacked. He's got the flash.
Good.
He's gonna finish him off with the ultimate.
It was another good taunt by Shen, but it's not going to be sufficient.
Yeah, well played.
But Darius is still trapped up there.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, Abrams' team can just stall here. That's what you do with the split push. Is if your split pusher kills the other lane, you just stall. They don't want to start the dragon. They just want to keep Control's team from getting into the area while Hippogriff begins to push on that tower. Because the longer they can keep him up there for the next 25 seconds, he's uncontested. He's going to be able to get a tower. He might start to get on the in-him tower. It's exactly what you want to be doing. So Abrams' team is doing a good job just stalling out, not starting the dragon yet. Swordmaster is starting up a charm, isn't anywhere close to landing it. Hippogriff's already gotten that tower in the top lane. Control's team, they want to go in, but Abrams' team is just positioning very appropriately. They're standing in that movement speed buff, Caridian coming up a little bit.
And
They're
they
doing
have
exactly
more
what they
poke.
want. Yeah, Shen is alive now at this point. He does have the TP and the ultimate, so they're gonna have to be careful. Sword is looking potentially for this fight. Oh, Caridian goes in on Sword, and Sword just ults right out. That's definitely worth it for Caridian, although the re-engage is happening. Control hits both of the carries with the ultimate. Caridian tries to go in. They're not going to be able to finish anyone off. The Shen ult is coming in on the side. Bromanzilla is forced to flash away. Control's team is entirely in this lead. However, they have to make these plays quickly because Hippogriff is still on that inhib turret.
Yeah, Shen's recalling though, and there's nothing.
Shen's recalling. Shen's actually TPing back. I have to say, I mean, Hippogriff went for the.
What is? Wait, Spurgy? No way! Don't even think about it.
Oh yeah, I don't know what Spriggy. There's no way you can. Spurgy, you got a base, man. I thought he had already based because he channeled it. I don't know what he's doing.
They're running to Baron now. Like, if Spurgy doesn't base soon, like this could be a huge power play.
Yeah, Control in the meantime has found Hippogriff in the side, gets some good poke out. He knows he can't go directly into Hippogriff without strong hit.
Yeah,
but he's following up. He's gonna land the extra root. Sword is here. Sword misses the charm, lands it with the. Oh, that's a dead Hippogriff.
And 11 kills on Kiana.
Yeah,
there goes. Wait, no, they're pulling off the Baron. Interesting.
I think they want to be
very patient team.
Yeah, I think they want to be careful. They don't have any ultimates up on their side. They have 2 half-health members. The other team has spawned at this point. I think it's a good call to just be careful at this point.
Oh, no, it's definitely a good call. I'm just very, very admiring.
Yeah.
I know my team would be fucking doing the Baron right now.
Yeah, for sure. Very good play from Control in that last fight. He got the ult off on the that little extra piece of terrain that spawned in the middle from the Mountain Dragon, and has managed to catch both Abarn and Spurgy in that ultimate, and then just deletes Abarn. Abarn is caught backing out here. He's running away. Swordmaster. Oh, Swordmaster. I was about to say Swordmaster might take too much damage, but Swordmaster absolutely one-shot.
Swordmaster is a late game Evelyn.
Yeah, absolutely. You see the 900 damage Evelyn ult coming out on the half health Abarn, just deleting him. So well played from Swordmaster there to find him basing.
So you had brought up in the beginning of the game that Corky's the one who has the teleport in this scenario, so he'll probably be the split push. It's like that doesn't work with Evelyn this far ahead.
Well, there's that. It doesn't work with that, and Control has gotten so big that he can't do anything about it either. So really, they should be sending. It seems they want to just keep Hippogriff.
Jeez, that was a good flash by.
They didn't have vision of each other. Box runs face first into a Darius and immediately flashed out. Good flash. Ooh, Control's here on the side though. Excellent ult there from Control. Bromanzilla is absolutely one shot. Hippogriff is gone. Spurky's being run down. Abarn has TP'd in with this package. They have to be very careful. They're kiting out decently. They've already lost their front line. They're huge Darius. Caridian comes in with Swordmaster. They're going to catch Swordmaster. Abarn comes in with the package. Is forced to flash away. Box is running him down. Box may be able to finish him off here. Abarn's going to get away. The fight still goes on in the mid lane. They find Spurgy. Caridian gets Lemon on the side. Chuck is very low, looking to. Oh, Hippogriff Caridian, excuse me, just dies. Very well played from Control's team, and I have to say once again, very well played from Control. He finds the flank on Bromanzilla. I almost called him Dude finds the flank on him, picks him off immediately. Has an excellent ult on. I believe it hit Bromanzilla. I believe it hit Hippogriff as well, and I think it wrapped around. It might have hit Caridian on the backside as well.
Oh no,
Bromanzilla! Oh no, you can't be that far up. Oh no, he just gets absolutely destroyed. Control's having a field day over here on this Kiana. This is exactly, if you've seen him play it recently and you've heard him at all, he'll say, I'm not good at it. He'll say, don't ban it. He'll say, don't think about it. But he's proven himself wrong here. He's playing very well on this Kiana.
If he's not good on Kiana, God help whoever's against his good champions.
Yeah, for sure. He is really playing well today, and I'm sure he's having a great time. I mean, nothing feels better than having an assassin being fed and just finding picks on the squishy people.
And this is where that freaking that early Soraka pick is really dangerous, because Evelyn and Kiana, they can outmaneuver, they can outflank you, and it's real. And I'll be honest, solo queue, I always ban Evelyn. It's just because as support, it's so hard to cover your flanks against her.
Yeah,
that invisibility.
And the thing is, it's kind of funny. The thing is, Evelyn's got 2 items. You wouldn't think that Evelyn is particularly scary, but Abarn on 3 items wouldn't be caught dead near near Evelyn
Oh,
because
he
he
would be
would just be dead. He would just be dead. So, yeah, we're gonna have the next dragon spawning pretty soon here. That will be soul point for the side of control wards. Control wards is all here. Chuck is pushing up in the mid lane. Does have, I believe, ult, and TP is about to come up. Sword channels the charm on Purdian, but it did not go for
Wait,
it. Oh no!
Jeez,
Ooh.
Lemon pulled.
Lemon is pulled over the wall.
Okay.
Very well played from Hippogriff there. Lemon's forced to flash right back out. Chuck, in the meantime, though, is currently on the inhib turret. And
Yep.
Abarn's team has to back off and do something about this. Abarn did TP previously to that mid lane fight, so he cannot go match with the TP.
This
They're
is the
not
inverse
dealing
of
with it. They're
last
looking to
dragon
be
fight.
engaged. Oh, Spriggy gets some damage on control. They actually find control, and they get the shutdown. Oh, Swordmaster gets an excellent ult there, getting a lot of damage off. Spurgy is finished off by Jin. Jin is just barely not dying here. Hippogriff is still alive, but he does not have any stacks on the Shen. He gets exhausted. He gets the ult off. It does not get any reset. Oh, Lemon may die. Lemon does die to the bleed, but at this point,
It doesn't matter.
at this point, Jin just barely stayed alive there. I'm sure got a ton of damage off in that fight. They're able to finish it off,
For
and it
Quadra.
looks like this may be the end of the game. Chuck is TP'd back to this inhib turret. We have about 20 seconds on Soraka, who I believe was the first death in that fight.
It's
10
it's not
seconds
gonna be
on
enough.
Prydian. Yeah, it's not going to be enough. This is going to be the game one for Swordmaster's team here, or for Control's team.
Lemon's team.
Lemon's team. Well, I mean, Control draft.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, Lemon's team. Lemon's the captain. You're right. Flash is coming in. Well played there from Control's team. Control.
Wow.
I think if there's one thing to say for Abarn's team here, it's ban Kiana. Do not let that through again. That was really something.
I don't even. That was such a strange game because I think you and I gamed it out in advance, and Team Coinflip had the tools they needed to win that.
Yeah, I
It
mean,
just
I think
it
their
just
comp
didn't work.
their comp's reasonable, and they had some good plays in the early game. They got a couple picks in the top lane. They just let a little too much happen in the bot lane. Evelyn and Kiana both were able to roam a little too much. They didn't quite have the vision, and then just with the lead that Control and Evelyn got with that, they were just able to snowball that lead real quickly, and then it just took a fight or two in the mid game, and Control's team were 3k up and only had pure control of the game. Because, I mean, Aber's team also had very good control of the objectives early on. I mean,
absolutely.
Gold was even. They got the first drag. They got the first herald. They just weren't quite able to turn that into anything. I believe the first herald was used on that bot lane turret in that dive that didn't turn into much of anything. So
yeah, and
as expected, if you could mouse over those numbers, please.
Look at that.
Yeah, that's
at that. Well, let's talk about that Evelyn damage. That Evelyn out damaged a Corki.
Yeah, Evelyn.
It's very concerning.
yeah, for sure. Evelyn did also have the damage, as expected from the Kiana and even from the Jin in that last fight. But yeah, that's probably about the damage graph that we'd expect to see with that game. So
yeah,
it's tough too as Darius, when they gave him a lead, but he didn't have quite as big a lead as he probably wanted, and they got leads on the other side of the map. It's so hard as a Darius, especially when you're into a Lulu or really anything that can
and exhaust Lulu, no less.
Yeah, right. Anything that can peel. It doesn't really matter that much how fed you are, because you're just going to get exhausted and polymorphed, and so I don't necessarily disagree with. Yeah, right. Cupcake. I don't necessarily disagree with Abrams' team's game plan there, but I think they need to just not give so much up on the bot side, because they were winning on the top side of the map. They even managed to grab a first drag. They grabbed the Herald, but I think what they should have done was probably taken that Herald top side. Looked like they tried to take it bot side. Just take it top, shove through top, force through top, get that first tower, maybe get the second one, get Hippogriff to join the team. But Kiana Evelyn were just able to roam a little too much on the bot lane there and got the lead.
And
for the team.
I would say the good points for Abarn's team, Hippogriff did very well. Abarn obviously was rock solid. I don't think that Bromanzilla is going to be able to play Soraka the same way he did last season. I think that team have evolved past that point, and if he's going to play Soraka, it needs to be to a safer style, where to your point,
absolutely.
where they aren't getting picked off.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's tough for him there, because at the same time, I mean, you've got 2 assassins on the mini team, and
Oh,
both of
well,
them.
but that's the thing. It was first picked, and
Yeah, right,
when you first pick a Soraka, you're going to draw assassins
right.
because
But I'd
against a
almost
team of this caliber, yeah.
right. I mean, that's the thing though. Is I feel like they kind of played in control there because I mean, everyone knows he's been playing Kiana. They know
Yeah.
he's going to want to pick it. So it's just it's definitely a dangerous move. But
Yeah.
we'll be getting into breaks pretty soon here, and we'll see what these teams have to bring out in
For
the
game
second
2.
match. Yeah. All right, welcome back to day 2. We had a very strong, convincing win from Control's team in that first game. Decent plays from Abarn in the beginning, but they just gave that Kiana away to Control. I'd be surprised if they didn't ban it here in the second game.
Yeah, and I would also be very surprised if they put Bromanzilla back on Soraka.
Yeah, well, maybe later stages in the game. I mean, we do have to keep in mind that they are picking it away from Lemon. They don't want to give it to Lemon, and I don't know that Caridian and Abarn are going to play a couple of assassins in the way that Sword and Control just played them there in order to counter that Soraka.
Yeah.
But we got the...
It's an interesting dilemma, though, because I know that Lemon's been playing a lot of non-Soraka champions, and it's sort of the same thing that happens with my team. I get a lot of Lulu bans. It's like, just because a Lulu doesn't go ban doesn't necessarily mean I'm gonna pick her, though.
Yeah,
it has to fit with the right comp.
For sure. We're seeing the same bans from side of Control's team here, Nivea and the Yone. Not surprised to see that. Oh, they actually go for the Evelyn ban.
And the Shen ban. They want to put Chuck on something less comfortable.
Yeah, they've switched the ban. Notably, Control has had 0 bans in this first stage. Control's team keeps their bans the exact same.
There's the early Jin pick.
Ooh, Jin for Spurgy this time. I gotta say, this is probably looking pretty good for Abarn's team here. They've gotten Jin. I do believe Spurgy plays a fair amount of Jin. I think it's good for them to get that Evelyn away. Definitely making Control's team switch things up from last game. They didn't ban
the Lulu Kaisa.
Yeah, Lulu. Lulu
God
for Lemon
bless.
again.
He's gonna be he's gonna be better known for his Lulu than I am before this is over.
Yeah, he's definitely putting time in on that Lulu. So he looked good on that last game. So not surprised to see it again here. Control does still have the Kiana option up. I can't imagine it makes it through second round of bans.
Interesting. So now we're also seeing Abarn pick his favorite Rise earlier.
Yeah, I'm not surprised to see that either, because it definitely did not make it through, and it definitely wouldn't make it through the second round of bans. So I think that's a good call. I don't know that Rise is in the best position right now, but he is solid. I mean, despite what everyone thought about Seraphs in the beginning of the season, it's not actually bad. And changing the build path from the Mana Crystal to... Oh my goodness, that's a Rammus lock-in. Oh man.
I saw the Rammus Rise in his match history just right before this game started.
Very interesting.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I'm really surprised to see that. Control's looking to pick his champ before the second round of bans as well. Not surprised to see that. However, I mean, there you go. Speaking of champs people are known for, Control's been playing LeBlanc since the second he picked up the game. So not surprised to see Control's LeBlanc here at some point. And yeah, I'm excited to see Abarn and Control on kind of their trademark champions that they...
Yeah, that'll definitely be an interesting setup.
Yeah, I mean, it's 100% on Abarn to not die in the lane phase, not let LeBlanc get too fed, and then just carry it through the late game.
So I'm just trying to think for how they're going to round this out. I like the idea of putting LeBlanc Control on a power pick early. You are setting up Chuck to be in a bit of a more awkward position, though. But they're also banning away the Darius.
Yeah, so Chuck has definitely been left a little more vulnerable to bans here, especially because he's already had a ban on him in the first round, and now he's got another ban. I wouldn't be surprised if they put a third ban. No, actually, they banned the Vi from Swordmaster. I think that's a good call.
I'm gonna do a prediction. They're gonna pick Ornn here
for Chuck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they want him. They want him on an engaged, safe top laner, and Swordmaster's pool's deep enough that
I would expect to see him
go Zac. He can go.
Yeah, I'd expect to either see Gnar or Ornn for Chuck in the top lane. And like you did just say, Zac is open, and there's the pick.
There it is.
Not surprised at all. I'm sure Swords is very happy to see his Zac has made it through both rounds of bans. That is probably his most played favorite champion. I'm not sure if both those things, but he does enjoy the Zac. He's got his decent Zac. So also,
I have some ideas of what would work really well.
Got the Lux for
Bromanzilla. What?
Jin Lux is definitely a reasonable lane, but Remenzel is going to be very careful here about getting caught out from LeBlanc and Zach. Kind of the same story as last game.
No. Cover a Lux support.
Oh, I didn't say it was a good pick. I didn't say it was a good pick. I just said Jin Lux is a decent lane.
Oh no, it is a very strong lane.
Fiora for
But
Hippogriff
you're
on top
so
lane.
exposed.
Yeah,
You're so exposed, and if that Lux doesn't pop off early, I would not.
It's gonna be scary for Spurt or for Bromazilla on that Lux. Yeah, I would be surprised if he didn't go the Gnar here. Chuck's been practicing that a bit. So Hippogriff is on.
And with
Fiora,
Zach,
still
they don't
another
really need they don't need the tank with Zach already picked in.
Yeah, not necessarily. Yeah, so I think this game going to come down to what happens in between both mid and top, unless the same story goes where bot lane's just going to get roamed on again by controlling that LeBlanc, which I'd say is very possible. It's going to come down to how big control gets on the LeBlanc, because he's going to fall off in later stages of the game
Eventually.
as Assassins and LeBlanc do, and it's going to matter again. Hippogriff has still a pretty good matchup. I'd say Darius into Shen is definitely a little scarier for Chuck on that Shen than Gnar into Fiora is. However, Gnar still isn't going to win fights against Fiora if played
and
correctly
Rammus
by the
camps like no other. So if Gnar isn't cautious, he could just get absolutely torn apart. Frankly speaking, I think that's where the Rammus should stay, because the
absolutely.
Rammus pick is also awkward here because Kaisa does some magic damage, LeBlanc is magic damage, Zach is magic damage. It's not actually a prototypical comp that you would pick Rammus into.
Yeah, he did pick the Rammus fairly early on. I mean, they had to have known what they were going into, though. I mean, they didn't ban. Actually, they did ban Vi, an AD champ, and let the Zach through. Not that you have to pick Rammus into strictly AD champions, but it is nice when you're playing Rammus and there's a bunch of AD. But yeah, I would definitely agree with you. I think Rammus needs to stay in that top lane. They need to put even more pressure on Chuck this time around than they did last time. I think Rammus will possibly even be better in this specific scenario than Jarvan was last time, just because Shen can EQ or E out of Jarvan's EQ, whereas if Caridian plays his cards right and is able to get in behind Gnar with the Rammus coming in at a full speed Q, he may just
no escape.
Yeah, he may just even knock him out of his E if Chuck E's too early, or Chuck is gonna get E away, and Rammus is just gonna taunt him, and they're gonna destroy him. So I would absolutely agree. Rammus just needs to sit top, which means bot side of the map has to be very careful for those exact same things that happened last time. I hope they ward themselves up a little better and are more aware of when control is coming down. And I especially hope that they're covering themselves for getting dove, because I fully expect to see some 4-man dives on the bot lane this game.
Yeah. That said, just looking at this, the mid game, I think once again probably goes to team control wards here.
Okay.
With the being better, in theory, better setup for team coin flip. That Lux support, though, I really don't like.
Yeah, it's dangerous for sure. I mean, if it works out, it'll be just fine, but it's dangerous.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree. I mean, Control's team comp in general, I would say, definitely has the edge for most stages of the game until Abarn and Spurgy manage to get to their late game power spikes, in which case Abarn will just shred through Zach and Gnar, and then LeBlanc will slowly fall off as people start to get their defensive items and a little bit of magic resist. She won't quite one-shot as easily. Although, who knows? There was a game we played in a custom a while back that Control was playing LeBlanc, and I had built all the magic resist I could, and he still one-shot me. So we'll see. Control may not actually fall off in LeBlanc. Plus,
Control's LeBlanc is built differently.
Yeah, plus the only front line on the side of everyone's team is the Rammus, and I don't think Rammus is going to have a very easy time getting to the LeBlanc or stopping the LeBlanc from flanking. So,
yeah, and there's not a lot of peel on A-Barn's side. It's all in.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. It's
That said,
it's
A-Barn's
ambitious.
rise A-Barn's rise is feared for a reason, and I think that
Yeah,
if they win this, it will be on the back of either a camp top putting Chuck really far behind, or A-Barn's rise just doing A-Barn rise things.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think it's an ambitious comp from A-Barn's team to have a single tank against some heavy engage as well as some flanking assassin. But at the same time, if they get ahead, they will just roll over Control's team. So we'll just have to see how the early game goes here.
Welcome to
Think-
Summer's Rift.
Got a pretty standard start here again. Just 5 point from both teams, which I wouldn't expect either team to
30 seconds
invade
to
either.
spawn.
I will say I don't think we've ever seen Caridian play the Rammus before, so I am curious to see.
I've only
he does
ever
that.
seen it like looking at his match history.
Yeah, he tends to want to the assassins and the carry champions. However,
Well,
it may be that A-Barn has done quite exactly what he said he was
he's
gonna do
broken him.
by taming quote unquote Caridian.
Minions have spawned.
Controversial opinion here. I think that you pick players for their quirks. I don't think that you pick them for their for what you can like mold them into.
Yeah, you pick them for what they are, not for what they want them to be.
Yeah,
At least- at least in
I
our
don't
league.
think that it makes sense to pick Caridian and throw him on tanks.
Maybe we'll see. We'll see. Well, wait to see his performance. We'll see how he does.
Yeah.
But yeah, so exact same thing as last time. Same story. No wards out from the junglers. No wards in the river. No wards. Period. I think there should be some wards, but both junglers have started on the bot.
Even if
side
it
now.
involves an invade.
I mean, hey, I've said my position on invades. Invades are for wards. So if you're gonna invade for wards, I will say good job. But yeah, same thing here from junglers both starting bot side. Looks like they're actually both doing the exact same camps they did last time. Gromp and the Wraith. Oh, excuse me, this is flipped. What am I saying?
Inverted.
Yeah. But looks like
Good harass the Hippogriff's getting on Chuck already.
Sword is going for the wolves as well as the Grumps. So he's gonna be Caridian has
A
skipped
little
his-
later to top.
Yeah, Caridian skipped his Krogs on the bot side, so he'll be finishing this blue buff pretty soon here, and then possibly getting out for the top side gank early on. Now, no lanes are pushed whatsoever. Actually, Control's passive has already been popped. They just sort of some regular harass. Nobody's too low, but that's good for A-Barn considering he's in what I would assume. I don't know the matchup entirely well. I assume it's not great for Ryze though, because LeBlanc's just a scary assassin, and Ryze doesn't like scary assassins early on. Ryze just wants to farm. But Swordmaster.
Is that coming for the early?
Yeah, Swordmaster looking for A-Barn here in the mid lane. He jumps in, does not land the E. I think it should still be rank 1, so it's not going to have very large range anyways. So kind of an ambitious gank there, but maybe a little bit of a waste of time. Has given Caridian time to take his Gromp as well, so now he's got a camp up on Swordmaster. Swordmaster's placed a ward now. Actually, hasn't
LeBlanc
taken his
going
red
up into the river.
Yeah, LeBlanc's going in the river, looking at meeting Caridian. Caridian is on a ward right now. Caridian has already gotten the scuttle. Ooh, this is not actually good for Sword. Sword went through that early gank before he took the red buff, and because of that has lost scuttle and is now still taking his red buff and losing bot sides. Excuse me.
That said,
bot
this
side
is interesting because it drives Rammus towards the bot lane, and I actually don't think that that's where Rammus wants to be. He wants to be getting that early pressure on Chuck, who's already really low.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree, but if you can take the double scuttle, you take the double scuttle. That just gives you a big lead in the jungle matchup, especially in a tank versus tank where no one's like, if Caridian was, or if Sword was playing a carry, he's not going to beat him in farm, just being tank to carry.
Zach waiting mid lane.
Ooh, Zach, okay, forces the flash. He would have landed the E. A-Barn's just going to get a little return damage. A-Barn is actually looking like, A-Barn already TP'd back to lane, that's why he's full off. Chuck is also TP'd back to lane. Hippogriff getting some good harass here. It's actually kind of low. He has to be careful. Oh,
Oh,
Hippogriff
jeez,
might-
oh, Pete.
Yeah, Hippogriff is a little ambitious to go for that play. I think he may have W'd a little early. He should have waited. I mean, he should know he's going to be chased down by the Gnar after he trades, so he should save the W for either the Q or the passive.
Good
proc.
gank bot by Swordmaster.
Yeah, Sword is forced both a heal out of the Lux and a flash out of the Jhin. Critian's there.
And they have they have a word on that.
Critian going
Where's
for
the
invades.
Rammus going?
Yeah, he's looking. It looks like he's just getting some vision down, and he'll be leaving. Abrams covered himself pretty well with some words here. They're gonna see Critian in that bush right there. However, Swordmaster is also gonna be seen on that on that Gromp. Both junglers know where each other is, but they don't know that the other jungler knows where they are.
Yeah, this is another interesting situation, though, and I think that this is actually going to hurt them. They're choosing to focus Caridian's time bot side. He's spending a lot of time bot side, and that's not really where he needs to be. He needs to be helping. Well, actually, Fiora's already got a solid lead there, but he's gonna Nara's gonna be able to pick up a good number of that gap.
I was gonna point that out that he has gotten a decent CS lead, but on the other side, you see both flashes in the top lane have been burned fairly recently. So I imagine Hippogriff is telling Chuck right now, or excuse me, telling Caridian right now that Chuck has no flash and that Caridian could gank him if the lane is pushed in. But of course, Hippogriff is pushing the lane in. Caridian's still on the bottom side of the map here, possibly looking for this dragon. Hippogriff getting a very good trade in there. Scuttle should be up pretty soon here. Sword is kind of staying on the top side of the map. I'm not. Junglers are doing exactly the opposite of what we thought they would be doing.
I don't like what they're doing.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Sword is looking like he really wants to be ganking A-Barn, which I understand and I think would be the right call if it was being successful, but he's spending a lot of time there and he's not really getting anything. And A-Barn is, in the meantime, comfortably farming. So either he should get there, force the... Oh, this is good from Critian to A-Barn. They're going to know that Zach just cleared that ward on the top side. They're going to be attempting to take this blue buff. Control goes in, gets a little damage, but it's not going to be enough. I think they're going to be able to get this blue buff before...
They might try to dive bot. That'd be a little risky, though.
I think they're just going to possibly go for Dragon, or they're just going to return, because I think they just wanted the blue buff. They knew Zach was on the top side. They knew they could grab that blue buff real quick, because he had just cleared the ward. So, well played for Mayburn and Critian there. Sword possibly looking for a gank here.
Oh, watch Bromanzilla here. Watch Bromanzilla.
Ooh, he doesn't land the E or the Q. Oh no, Bromanzilla manages to snare him, and they both just walk away. Unfortunate gank from Swordmaster there. Meanwhile, Chuck actually has recovered and farmed quite a bit.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's just been able to hold a freeze here and Hippogriff can't quite kill him, or if Hippogriff is just focusing too much on trading and not farming at all. I think that's what it is Hippogriff just isn't farming too much, because he's been at a comparable farm for a while now. And
honestly, Chuck's ability to sneak farm is actually fairly impressive in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I played against Chuck's Gnar in a scrim the other day. Ooh, didn't quite get the stun off there. They'll get some good damage there. Chuck won't be able to get the third hit off. I played against Chuck's Gnar in a scrim the other day. I played Mordekaiser into it, which is not really a great matchup for Mordekaiser, but Chuck did a very good job of just farming.
Here's Caridian for the gank that we were expecting.
Yeah, I don't know if he'll be able to get it, though. I mean, if Chuck plays this correctly, which he kind of has been, I mean, he's not really using his E very much, and if he just holds his E, I think they'll be fine. Actually, A-Barn's coming up here as well. Oh, Swordmaster briefly stepped out of the bush, and A-Barn saw him, which means that's going to call off the whole thing on the top side. Looks like they might be going for this.
Wait, are they going anyway?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, they're going in. They got the Rise Volt coming in.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh, you hate to see it. Chuck flashes the emote. He's able to just yeah, zoom in on my friend. Chuck flashes the ult and is able to, or the emote, and is able to just walk away. You hate to see. You hate and love to see.
Wait.
Yeah, that's actually. Ooh, Spriggy has been a little ambitious here, walking up to get that force shot off on Lemon. And Box is just going to ult in and get the ultimate from Lemon as well. and they're going to be able to finish off. Good damage there from Bromazilla, but it's a little too late. Well played from Box Lemon to see that Spurgy is getting a little too ambitious, a little too aggressive with that fourth shot, and they win the trade. I also don't see. Oh, actually, Bromanzilla's taking a little too much damage. Lemon flashes in and gets the kill. They're able to heal and just leave. Well played there. Although Abrams coming up.
Abrams coming.
Maybe if Abrams still had his ultimate, he'd be able to do a little more here. He does have his flash up, and they have no flashes on the side of. Oh no! Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh, Abrams.
That's what a shame.
Oh no!
Oh
man.
gosh.
Oh my gosh, I have nothing to say about it.
Oh no!
Oh,
All right.
Can we see the gold graphs here, please?
What on earth?
Gold comparisons, I should say.
All right. So slight lead to A-Barn.
Hippogriff going in for another trade here on Chuck. Chuck's doing a very good job of just. I don't think they're gonna get. Oh, the flash in from Critian forces the flash from control. Just trade flashes there. Hippogriff. Oh, double flash from the top lane. Well, good.
Wait, this.
Well done by
It did stun. Yeah.
Yeah, well played by Hippogriff to land that stun as the other stun's coming out, but just very even in the top lane here. Like farm's even, health is even. Oh, Hippogriff waited for Chuck to drop out a mega there, but the flashes are down, and I don't know. I don't see. Oh, Swordmaster actually coming in for the bot lane gank here. There's no flash up for. Ooh, TP coming in behind. Swordmaster's gonna get the hit. He's gonna jump in. He's gonna ult. He's gonna finish off Bromanzilla. Ooh, control here as well. Oh no! Oh, Hippogriff.
Oh, he
you don't
got
want to be here.
exhausted. Good shit.
Abraham TP's in it and is low. Hippogriff's completed TP, but he's so low as well. Oh no, this is bad. This is bad for them. They are all finished off. This is very bad for the side of Abraham.
Good work by Lemon also by baiting that out as he was running away.
Yeah, very well played from Control's team there. They have the good initial start to the gank. They're doing the double TP in from. Oh, interesting.
Oh, jeez, Lemon don't die to the Drake.
I actually didn't notice this, but Caridian went top and killed Chuck and all of that.
Oh, okay.
So
wait,
good response. So I think what happened was when Fiora completed the TP, he had 2 stacks of Nars passive on him. So and he was super low. So I think Hippogriff was TPing. Chuck started attacking him. Caridian came in to prevent that. I don't know if Chuck was trying to kill him or what, but that's probably why Caridian managed.
Oh no, Caridian can't hit the eye.
Caridian's gonna take a while to do this as Rammus. He needs the eye damage as much as possible. But I will say, despite being down 1-6,
I would back off if I were you, Chuck. This is
Chuck.
You got no vision.
Chuck doesn't know that Caridian's doing the.
Well, also though, Caridian is low.
Yeah, Hippogriff's coming in here. Hippogriff's gonna die to Chuck. Hippogriff gets 1v1 by Chuck.
Not what you want.
Oh no, and this is not actually good for Caridian. Chuck should still have his ulti here. Chuck might actually kill Caridian as well. He gets the stun off. Chuck's getting really low. Chuck gets the 2v1 against Caridian and Hippogriff.
Got another kill on
man.
What's his face?
Yeah, they did. They killed Bromanzilla in the bot lane as well. Man,
sorry,
Chuck is gonna be Chuck's gonna be talking about that one for the next couple weeks about his 2v1 kills against Hippogriff and Caridian. And honestly, after that, maybe I don't know if we'll start seeing some Gnar bans against Chuck. Oh, Abram has ulted in. See if he can finish Chuck off here. I imagine.
Wait, has Chuck been hit yet?
Chuck has not been hit yet. Abraham.
Oh, he has.
Oh. Yeah. Hippogriff matching on the other side. They get the shutdown.
Yeah.
Oh, but in the meantime, they've killed Spurgy again in the bot lane. Looks like I don't know if Swordmaster got a repeat gank off or. Oh, okay. Swordmaster gank. They did pop his passive, but they got Jhin in response.
And see, this was what I was saying though about that Lux support. You have nothing that you can do against a Zac gank. There's no knockup. There's no spell shield. Nothing that can dissuade it.
Yeah, they can't stop. They absolutely can't stop Zac from ganking them. Then it's
and unlike like a Leona or like a Nautilus or something that can survive it and at least tank some of the damage.
Yeah, to a little bit. of an extent they didn't see the Zac yet, but he had to know Sword's going to pick Zac. I mean, come on, he can't ban like 3 of his junglers and then let Zac through and then not expect Zac to get picked. But,
yeah, and they didn't pick the Lux until second rotation. They saw that the Zac was the jungler. I strongly question that pick.
yeah, I'm not sure, but
Trust me,
honestly,
I've been on the receiving end of the Zac, like the Lux into Zac.
oh man, Chuck at this point has finished his Triforce. Hippogriff doesn't stand a chance. Hippogriff actually does not stand a chance this lane where Chuck's just going to kill him. One more Q, that'll do it. Yeah, Hippogriff is so far behind at this point that Chuck can actually just kill him on repeat, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's what we see. Abarn seems to have gotten his phase rush off and was able to escape that gank pretty easily. Critting is here to match the 2v2. Critting's coming in, gets the taunt off on Control. Do they? Oh, they're not able to pick the right one. They're not able to finish him off. Control is able to use his W and his ult to get out. Get another kill on the bot lane. Looks like Lux is getting run down. There's still a fight going in the top lane though. Bromenzilla will be fine. Critting and Abarn are on Swordmaster. They're going to get the shutdown on Swordmaster as well. So that's actually, I believe Abarn got the first shutdown as well. So that's actually 2 kills now onto Abarn, and he's tied for the, well, in contention for most farm in the game.
Control and Rammus are still doing like some sort of weird dance up there, and Abarn is coming to get in on it.
Oh, Caridian is able to... I think Control just probably stuck around a little too long there. Maybe thought he could kill the Rammus. Maybe underestimated how tanky Rammus is. Rammus is going to be able to get... Oh, everyone's showing up for Chuck again. Oh, good stun. Good parry from Hippogriff there. Very well played. Hippogriff wanted a little bit of redemption after getting killed by Chuck there. Very well played parrying that Gnar ulti. So, actually, between the topside plays in the past minute or two, it's not looking quite as grim as it was for Abarn's team a minute ago. I mean, they're still down 4K, and they have.
I think that the big issue is that look at that bot lane gold difference.
Yeah,
that is not going to be a relevant Jhin for quite some time.
Right. That was just what my point was going to be. Is that Abarn is where he flash E in from no Caridian, you can't do that. Caridian flashes and tries to taunt the Kaisa, but he's got a lemon next to him. Just uses
my gosh, look at that!
Briggy's just gonna get finished off Control here as well. Abarn's in. They don't have vision at push though. Abarn puts a ward down. Abarn flashes away from the
Lux ult.
E.
Nowhere, nothing doing.
Yeah, that's not what they wanted. I think that play was a little too ambitious. They're getting a little bit desperate for looking for some plays here.
Well, and that was also a good play by Swordmaster. He landed the Q and then flash autoed the Raptors.
Yes, that was
That's the kind of smooth, sneaky stuff that you see from like the Zac one trick. They know all the little.
Swordmaster would be very.
Not a one trick, but he is very, very good on Zac.
Yeah, but he's got a lot of Zac experience, so. Yeah,
what's the term for that? Like somebody who's not a one trick, but is very, very good on one particular champion.
I don't know if there's a specific term for it. I think Chuck just ulted that wave, so that's something.
Maybe he's trying to just get mid to help apply pressure.
I don't care what he's doing. You don't ult the wave as
wait, what?
Sword is going for very ambitious play on Bromenzilla here. Chuck is here as well. And the ult's not going to hit. Swordmaster does not die, but that was really not quite what you want to be doing. Oh,
jeez, Chuck, you are
damage.
Not
Caridian's coming in.
Magic damage.
Oh, but Abarn's going to be caught out by Box. And, no, this is
and they got the shutdown by Box.
Yeah, Caridian's going to manage to get Gnar. I think they can kill. No, actually, he's just going to speed out of here. He'll be fine.
Too fast.
Definitely not worth for them, though. They cannot have Abarn dying, basically, at any point in this game. They need to be playing in front of him. Caridian gets a little too far. They didn't know the bot lane was there. The bot lane's able to re-engage and finish off.
Oh, that's dangerous.
Yeah, it's very Kaisa's still has Sword's going to be fine to walk away. Oh, Kaisa's taking turret under tower. Kaisa's going to... Oh, but Kaisa ults. Very well played from Box there to ult on the other side of Caridian and to get out of turret range.
Good balancing of the...
That's not Booger one. Hippogriff's TP'd in here. Chuck follows with the TP. Oh, Hippogriff just dies.
Oh gosh, Lemon, that was smooth.
Out of mana. Chuck's going to come in and finish Bromenzilla off. Abarn's ulting back in. Spriggy has his 4-shot with Abarn coming in, but I don't think they're going to be able to get anything. Control is still sitting here on the side. Jumps over the wall. Ooh, Sword's been found by Abarn, but Sword still has his passive. Oh, Lemon flashes over the wall and keeps Sword from even losing the passive, and they all just collapse right on Abarn and destroy it.
Legendary AI box. Oh no, that is not what you want.
Yeah, this is there was a ray of hope for a minute there, but they've just all they're desperate. They're looking for too much. They had the TP coming in from Hippogriff. They're looking for plays here and there, and they're just slowly getting choked out by Control's team as they're not able to finish anyone off. Or if they do finish one off, they turn straight back in for return.
I know that Zac is not maybe the most meta jungler, but when you play against Caridian Zac and they get ahead, you feel like he's everywhere. You can't go to clear wards because he'll just be hiding and jump you. And with Kai'Sa being able to just immediately ult onto whoever gets jumped by Zac,
yeah,
you get suffocated. There's nothing you can do.
Yeah, Sword is a very aggressive player. So, okay. Chuck tries to take a buff away from a jungler and then is reminded what Smite does.
I don't actually want to bag on Chuck too much though. Like,
no,
he's
Chuck
actually
is playing
been really impressing today.
Chuck is playing quite well. Oh, actually, they're looking for box here.
Oh,
not able to quite finish him
Lemon.
off. Oh, that looks like that's really unfortunate for them. They really needed that shutdown on Abarn. Ooh, Abarn's get re-engaged by Sword. Sword is CC'd both of them. Control's coming back in, tries to find Abarn, is not able to finish him off. There will not actually be any kills here.
I am sure Andrew's gonna have choice words for Lemon's Lulu play after that, because that's the second time where he's looked like he's had somebody dead to rights. And
oh, Caridian does not know there's 3 people in that bush. If you could go back to that gold for a second here, as long as another fight can happen. Hippogriff is actually just going to die to Control. Hippogriff is so behind here that, I don't know, he's looking for plays, but he can't do anything. He has no gold. He just dies to the extremely fed LeBlanc. Yeah, so the gold, wow, we've got 3k, almost 3k in the top lane. Jungle's still a little ahead. Abarn is just now falling behind. Oh, Caridian is getting engaged on. They pull Bromenzilla in. Sword flashes behind and ults. Chuck comes behind, gets the ult in as well, and that's another pick for Control's team.
can we see the difference in the 80 carry gold here? I missed what it was, but
it's over 4k.
Oh my lord.
Yeah, and what little lead they had, I mean, I think Caridian still has like a couple hundred on Sword. Abarn had like 2k a few minutes ago, and at that point that's been closed as well. Abarn forced to flash and re-engage.
And then the box goes in, and then,
yeah, Box and Chunk just jump right in. Hippogriff walks up, Control's doing the damage to him. Gosh, they're just too far behind. They're looking for these plays, and they just cannot do anything. They don't have the damage to match.
Well, they're not even looking for plays. Like, Swordmaster's looking for plays.
Yeah, I mean, and what little they try and get back, I mean, they almost get Sword's passive, and then Lemon just shields them, and it's fine. They're gonna turn back on this dragon here. Yeah, this is looking very, very not a lot of hope here for Abarn's team unless they can keep stalling out this game. And at this point, I'm not sure if this is their 3rd or their 4th. Yeah, this is the 3rd, so it looks like.
Yep, Soul Point coming up.
Will be next, which is very.
Oh, they're rushing down Baron.
I think Abarn's just too being for. I mean, that's fine. Abarn's just
they're going for Baron.
Oh,
this is the sort of play Abarn likes.
No, they are actually going for Baron. Very ambitious. Yeah. Very, very ambitious. I'm well.
There's no vision on this side of the map though, so they're smart in that regard.
Well, that's the thing. I was gonna say I noticed that they did not actually clear vision or put a pink down until after they started the Baron. But this is still good.
Like I think it was smart though, because they know that the entire bot side is.
Yeah, they know there's not going to have been vision recently, so very, very good play from Abarn's team there to sneak the Baron. That's gonna. I like it. I like the ult out just to get the whole team out. It says there's gonna be no picks this time around. We're all getting back to base with our Baron buff, and we're just gonna stall for 4 minutes. So well played. I mean, well played from Abarn's team there. That was the little bit of play that they needed to make. That was a fairly safe play to make, because even if they get caught, they can rise ult out. So well played for them.
Yeah.
Even with that though, I mean, they're still down almost. Oh, Caridian's going in on Chuck here. Chuck is. They don't know his whole team's behind him. The Swordmaster comes from the side. They absolutely pop Abarn. Hippogriff is going to go to try and finish off Chuck. Hippogriff's not even going to get Chuck. Caridian dies. They're going to collapse on Hippogriff here. He gets by the Gnar to slow him. Swordmaster jumps in with the E. Hippogriff, oh, okay, there's the Box ult. Box did not actually want to ult in to kill him there, but he goes ahead and says, fine, I'll ult to kill you. Control finds Spurgy on the side, and yeah, I mean, I think that's...
And that brilliant Baron ends up in service to nothing.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what I was just saying a second ago. I mean, they're looking for too many desperate plays. They're 10k down. You can't be looking for... Even if Chuck is on his own there, like, if Control's team just stayed top and pushed, they'd get the inhib before you kill Chuck. Like, they need to just use that Baron to stall out as long as possible. But at this point, Control's team is going to be on the Nexus turrets. Abarn's not going to be able to do anything here. Chuck jumping in, Sword jumping in, Chuck using his ulti, and oh, Control almost dies to the Nexus tower here. I mean, they need to be careful. Lemon's actually dying.
Yeah.
This is not good for Control's team. They need to be careful about this
over-aggression. They got overconfident there.
Just shut down by Hippogriff. Get the kill onto Swordmaster too. This is not what you wanted to see from Control's team there. If they were going to go for the end there, they need to go for the end there. But they all jumped over the Nexus and tried to fight him in the base. And they ended up getting 2 shutdowns and another kill. I'm not sure exactly who those shutdowns went on to. I believe Hippogriff got one of them. So Chuck is staying over for this red buff here too. Caridian, you're not going to be able to find him because that mid turret's still there unless he's going to dive. Everyone's going to be ulting in. Oh, Caridian misses the E. You do get the kill. I'd say that's honestly worth it. I mean, getting a shutdown on the Jhin is better than giving a single kill over to Gnar. So, I mean, once again, they're still down 10k. They got a little bit back, but I don't think this is going to be enough for them to start calling this game out, because even if they could have stalled with that Baron, even like a stall now is getting a few shutdowns back. I mean, Soul is coming up, so really if they want to stay in this game...
How long is it until Dragon?
You'd have to click on the little eyeball in the bottom left, I think, and then you can show drag timers or buff timers or something like that.
In any case, the little indicator is not up yet, so I don't know that.
Yeah. So
it's not imminent. It's not imminent.
It's going to be fairly. I mean, next 2 minutes probably. So really for Abraham's team to have. Oh, yep. There's another pick on. I think we don't even really need to see what happened there. I imagine. Control
it was short, violent, and incredibly depressing.
Yeah, Control probably used 2 abilities and Brahmazilla was gone. But I don't think, despite getting Hippogriff got a shutdown, he's still down. He's not down quite as much as he was. He's still down 2k, and 2k at 9 and 11k.
Wait a second. Chuck is level 16.
Yeah, Chuck's very big, but
yikes.
I don't, as good as a 1v1 champ as Fiora is, I don't think getting that shutdown back is still enough for Hippogriff to contest Chuck in the sideline at all. So I don't think I think he needs to just join his team. Abarn. Okay, Abarn is gonna get caught here. Okay, he gets the flash. Box ults in.
And it doesn't matter.
Yeah, Hippogriff tries to go on Box, Abarn tries to finish Box, there's a Lulu.
Caridian's
still coming in on this
fight.
I don't... Yeah, Caridian, again, for some desperate plays. I mean...
Now they're gonna go get Infernal Soul now.
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe they might have seen Chuck top and been thinking, like, maybe we can look for a fight here, but at the same time, I mean, if Abarn is
Abarn just wanted to get Vision down for the...
Oh, sure, I'm not talking about Abarn, I'm talking about Hippogriff coming in on Kaisa, Caridian coming in afterwards. I mean, I think they wanted to attempt a 4v5, or even a 4v4 at that point, but after their only carry has just gotten picked, Box could probably just dive them both in return. Now, Box is... Yeah, there it is.
There we go.
As I say that, Box flashes in and murders Lux. Chuck's looking for Spurgy. Spurgy dodges with the... Oh, Spurgy's just gonna die to that. No, you can't ult there. Box... Okay, Box is forced to brutal ult here. This is... Okay, Chucks gets finished off by Caridian, and actually the Swordmaster's been finished off as well. They have to be careful here. They do have Nexus minions on their Nexus. They're actually going to pick off Lemon here. And if they keep chasing Box... Oh, Hippogriff gets the shutdown onto Box there as well. I believe that's actually two now. Oh, Control actually...
Oh, yikes.
Control doesn't have the damage I feel like I missed it. I feel like he missed a lot of his skill shots there for Abraham.
Yes, he did. He missed his chain. If that chain hits, he one
Yeah.
shots.
Yeah. So anyways, I would say Hippogriff has now gotten both the shutdowns onto Kaisa, which is another 2k back in their pockets. They managed to get 4 kills back. So despite, I don't know, I would have thought this game was over by now. Control team is.
I will say this about Team Coin Flip, and this was the same thing that happened to us in our Swiss match against them. They can be so far behind, and you're never positive that they're out of it because, and I think a lot of that goes to Abarn's very level-headed shot calling, that they don't tilt and they are very willing to catch throws that you make their way.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say the same thing for any team in this. Oh, Swordmaster's looking for the engage. Gets the knock on both Spurgy and Bromenzilla. Control is looking for Spurgy. Spurgy has to flash and heal to get out. Abraham's spell shield is popped. There's still no kills here yet, though. They're waiting for Hippogriff to get up here. Looks like their inhib is back up at this point, so they don't have to worry too much about minions in their base again. Although they do have an open nexus, so they have to be careful about any kind of fights going the wrong way, because one person left alive is going to be the end of the game. Crittian staying close. Oh, not the ult you need from Chuck there. Spurgy is still very low. Crittian goes back in and engages. You got the Gentle coming out. Actually, there's a lot of damage there from Abarn. Oh, Hippogriff gets the shutdown onto Kaisa. They've got the Gnar dead and the Zac passive being finished off as well. Hippogriff, oh, that's a massive shield from Hippogriff. They're actually wiping Control's team here. Oh my goodness, that was okay. I have to say a couple things there about that fight. Very well played from Crittian there. Oh, Control is actually looking. Control's looking to find a kill. He's gonna get Spurgy for sure. Yeah, that's not gonna stop the rest of the team from probably getting an inhibitor. Well played for Control to get an extra kill back on the side. But I have to say,
how long do they have? They have 20 seconds.
Yeah, they'll get the inhib, but they won't win for sure. I would if they go for the win here, they're playing
ballsy.
fire. Yeah, they're playing with fire. They need to take what they can get and get out of here because they have just closed that 10k gap to a 3k gap. So they, despite being down an Infernal, despite being down 10k, they have still managed to pull themselves back.
Oh, Abarn.
This
is clever by him. This is clever.
I don't know. This is another. I mean, if you have all 5 people walking into you, you don't have the damage to kill them all 5. I mean, that's just ambitious. it's not gonna work. I'm sorry. So good calling them to realize actually we shouldn't be here. We need to base. We need to spend the gold we just got, and we need to reset for what is. I mean, Elder's going to be up fairly soon. They can't get anyone picked because they're going to lose a Baron. So, anyways, I will say just real quick about that last fight that Crittian played that very well on the Rammus by I believe he flashed in and queued 3 or 4 of them and then immediately had all the focus on him while his W's up. So he's soaking all the damage, giving Abarn time to shred through that front line. Abarn's got his Seraphs and his Ludens, which means he's got all the damage he needs, and he's gotten the Banshees at this point, so he won't be getting picked by LeBlanc. And then Hippogriff was able to get in there and get some damage into the Kaisa, finish her off, and once that was done and their front line was half health and Chuck had already used his ulti, that fight was over for them. So very well played on the team, on Abarn's team.
I'm trying to figure out though what Abarn's team does next though, because
they stall. They keep stalling. you stall objectives.
I mean specifically with regard to Baron, because
you stall. I mean, you try and get what vision you can. You try and remove what vision you can. You make sure you don't get picked, and if you have to give it, you have to give it. Oh, Chuck is a little separated from his team. Zach was up looking to clear vision. They have full control of the vision on control side, so Abraham's team has to be very careful about coming in here. Ramus knows they're there.
I'll be completely honest. It almost would be. They keep trying.
They did just see him.
Keeps throwing out his. Oh boy, Abarn.
Yeah, Abarn took a chunk of damage there. Spriggy's almost getting engaged on the Zac Q disconnected. Ramus is far too fast. Oh, Spriggy gets hit by the Chuck Q in the end there. Oh no, Abarn's getting caught out by Kaisa.
Yeah,
oh,
should be it.
This might be the end of the game. This is gonna be. Oh, Chuck was penalty. Unfortunate. Another one of those things that you hate to see, but you love to see. Oh, Chuck going in with the black cone.
What is with like if they Chuck hold on because Chuck dies awkwardly here?
Yeah, Ramus appears to be stalling. Oh, that's him. Okay,
no,
Chuck.
Jeez.
No, Spurgy. Chuck was still behind you. Oh no. Okay. what?
Yeah, I think they surrendered. What it?
I don't know. What
I'm not
just
sure what's
happened.
going on here, but I think that this is game.
Is there pause maybe?
Huh? Not positive.
Yeah, I'm not
No,
sure.
I think that was game, and we just are wrapping things up from there.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was game or what happened there, but
Not positive. It looks from the names on the side of the screen here that I'm seeing that the match has ended. So
okay, yeah.
um,
I mean, yeah, at that point with both Aburn being dead and Jin had just gotten found on the side by Chuck, and
there's nothing left. There's nothing
trying to
left to
remember
defend
everything
there.
that had happened. It looked like Crittian went in and gotten killed by everyone as well. So I can only imagine that with an open nexus and 3 of them down, that the
Yeah.
battle just ended.
Yeah.
So
So a little
unfortunate.
bit anticlimactic end to that, but and we
Yeah.
won't be able to see stats unfortunately. But
Yeah.
I think we can make sort of our comments on the series as a whole. Blood, do you want to start things off with anything?
Yeah, I mean, Abrams' team. I mean, I feel like this is a little bit of the story we saw yesterday. We see good moments from Abrams' team, and we see them able to find picks, and we see them. And I mean, honestly, that Baron sneak was very, very well played.
Yeah.
I do think they should have cleared vision before they went for it, but still very well played. Because there's no way you can know that there's not a vision on it. But they did the things they needed to stay in that game. They had strong starts to both games. I think they just are getting picked a little too much, and they are going for too many ambitious and or desperate plays. And if they kind of bring themselves down a little bit, kind of calm down with some of the just extreme, like go in, chase, and look for kills, I think they could find that they'll actually get a lot more in these games. Because I don't know. I mean,
Oh, 100%. 100%.
I mean, that last fight that they won towards the end of the game looked really strong from them, despite being so far down. I mean, they played it really well. They're just a little too far behind overall in the game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're playing on the back foot there. You win one fight, but you know you lose anything, you lose the game. So, what happened there, they get picked once, they lost the game. So,
yeah.
But overall,
really quickly, just because I don't want to keep viewers too long.
I'll just wrap up and say I think very well played from Control's team. They looked pretty strong. Maybe a couple of a little bit of overambitious things from them too, in terms of like trying to fight them behind their nexus when the game ends. But yeah, I mean, well played to Control's team. They played it really well. Chuck had a very good game there. Well played to Chuck. Abrams' team look like they have definite potential. They just need to clean things up a little bit.
Yeah.